young guys in a tough position, like Tremont Williams, go out, play hard, and maybe get beat once or twice long for big plays, and then come back and just absolutely 3 and out the Atlanta Falcons because we throw blitzes, corner blitzes. We've got the people to do it. Let's do it. Offensively, somebody's got to whip these offensive linemen into shape. I know they've been trying, but trying again is not good enough. What is going on? And this is to move into the players. We are losing on the offensive line. We are losing at the defensive line, and we are losing games because of it. I don't think we can sit back and continue. I believe last season when our zone blocking wasn't working, we did move to called a few more of the power plays that we have in. Maybe we need to do that, but something has got to give here. We were embarrassed. And this includes Mark Tauger at this point, getting run backwards, landing on his butt, and pushing Ryan Grant back. Since when does Mark Tauger tackle Ryan Grant with his backside? This is ridiculous, and it's got to be fixed. We are going to lose if we don't get our lines fixed on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And I think part of the hesitation our coaching staff does have is because the refs go out and make these ticky-tacky calls. Anytime a player knocks the ball away, a Green Bay Packer player knocks the ball away, they're reaching for a flag. That is not good reffing. I'm sorry. And the refs didn't win or lose this game for us either. But when it comes down to a 24-27 loss, and 3 of the points were taken off the board because of a holding call on a field goal, give me a break. Get your heads out of your butts and start reffing the game so that the players can win or lose it. This is out of hand, and we've seen it. It's been out of hand for several years, and it's because the NFL, who makes more money than any other sporting organization anywhere, will not pay professional refs to ref the games. Get it fixed. All right, I'm getting hot-headed. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to talk of A-Rod. Okay, I'm gonna start with the bad. This is the bad news. Okay, I don't care how good his passer rating is. I don't care what situation he was in the offseason. I don't care if the offensive line is not giving him a lot of time. Aaron Rodgers threw a pick when we needed a completion. Aaron Rodgers is not getting the ball. He's getting the ball in the end zone on these long plays to Greg Jennings, but we need A-Rod to be able to methodically move the ball inside the red zone and put it in the end zone. So far this season, this is my estimation. Some of you will disagree. Aaron Rodgers' best play to get the ball in the end zone is a quarterback sneak. What does that tell you? We need A-Rod to act his age. And I know this is his first year as a starter. But there just can't be, we can't give any passes anymore. We don't have that luxury. Aaron Rodgers has got to move the ball better in the red zone. He's got to be able to methodically move the ball down the field. And when the run game is not there, be able to make these short passes. He said himself he should have taken the hot read on that pass that he threw an interception on and gave us a chance to continue to move the ball, or at least to keep the ball. And we may have had to punt in that situation, but there was like 5 minutes left on the clock. At least let the coaching staff win or lose the game at that point by deciding to go for it or punting it away and us running out of clock. This is the reason that A-Rod supposedly has taken over this team, because he's not going to make those dumb mistakes. That was a dumb mistake. We can't afford him anymore. We've seen him for 2 games in a row. It's too much. And that's the bad. And I don't want to blast Aaron Rodgers because he's under a lot of pressure without coming back and saying, hey, great job. At the same, and I don't want to sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth either. What I'm doing is I'm criticizing. Criticism is positive as well as negative. This guy went out and played with a hurt shoulder, and he was hurt. I mean, I know at times, like when he threw touchdowns, I've heard people comment, hey, he was like throwing up his arm, he was doing the touchdown sign, And then when he threw a pick, he was grabbing his arm. Well, okay, whether or not, I don't know how hurt he was, but he was hurt, and he did say there was pain all through that game, but he played through it. And other than that pick, he played a great game. Again, I'm not saying he's not playing well. I'm saying we can't have mistakes when we need to have to keep the ball moving, and he's got to get the ball in the end zone from the red zone. One way or the other, we've got to get that ball in the end zone, because what matters is how many touchdown passes you throw, and most of all, what is the final score of the game? Did we score more points than them? Whether it be putting our team in position for Mason Crosby to kick a field goal, or putting that ball in the end zone, and he didn't come through when we needed him. So I am hoping for more out of Aaron Rodgers, and of course, this is a reflection on the whole offensive team. It's not just him. But that particular interception, that was on his shoulders, and we've got to clean that up. Tough, tough loss to the Atlanta Falcons. Our run defense, again, giving up 100-plus yards to a team that had a good running back. Michael Turner he's no slouch, but they're overplaying gaps, trying to do too much is what defensive Philbin said. But we just can't have it. We've got to be better. There's just no reason we should not be better than this. And this is, I believe, I'm talking to all the Packer fans out there. I think that's the root of our frustration, is the fact that our players are better than this. So hopefully we will get it all cleaned up, because we've got to pack our bags and fly all the way out to Seattle. And if you don't think Seattle is chomping at the bit for this chance to get back at us, think again. Seattle's going to be ready to play. I know they're riddled with injuries as well. They're having struggles as well. I don't even know if Matt Hasselbeck and it's Hasselbeck, is going to be able to play this game. But they are going to be ready, whoever's behind the center. So we are going to need to be on our A game. We're kind of coasting toward that bye week that's so badly needed. If we can put a couple wins on the board, we have a chance, because our schedule gets extremely difficult at that point. But if we don't, we're quickly going to see our season go down the drain. And I hate to say it, but it is a very real possibility at this point. Just like wins, losses tend to accumulate, and I don't believe right now our team is playing believing that they can win. I think they're out there believing that they might not lose, and that's got to change. And so hopefully we will get it changed. I do want to say one thing before I close it out right now. Man, Tramon Williams, what a great interception in the end zone to take any chance of points off the board for Atlanta late in the game. He got sucked in on play action. Everybody got sucked in. They were all trying to do too much. But what the coaches said about Tramon Williams is that he is as great an athlete as we have on the team, and he showed it by recovering, getting back on his man, but not only that, flying up in the air and making a one-handed interception. Go Tramon. This guy could be a player down the road. And we need just that kind of play from guys getting sort of put into positions that they're not used to and playing more than they're necessarily used to. So I'm going to close with that. Like I said, we'll be back in another installment to give my top 10 and talk about this Seattle game that's coming up. But for right now, I apologize for it being negative, but there isn't. I gave you everything positive that I could think of right now. So we'll come back and we'll talk more about Seattle. And until then, as always, go Pack.